Hey guys, it's Liz back again with another video, and today we're going to be diving into a topic that's so real, but often left unspoken: hate. Whether it's from strangers online, people at work, or even those who are closest to us, hate is something that everyone faces and encounters. And let me tell you something, it can shake your confidence, drain your energy, and honestly make you question your worth. But here's the truth: hate is never really about you. It's a reflection of where the other person is emotionally and spiritually. Hate is a shadow casted by their own insecurities, fears, and sometimes even pain. So today I want to share with you how I handle hate and how I turn it from something painful into something powerful, and how you can do the same. Because if you don't learn how to handle hate on your terms, it will control you and drain you and honestly just keep you stuck. So let's get into it. Number one, recognize the root of hate. Recognize it. The first step in the handling hate is understanding where it actually comes from. When someone throws shade or talks about you negatively, your gut reaction is often anger. And I'm the same way. But the real power comes when you realize that anger isn't just about their words. It's because you know their hate isn't the truth. It doesn't define you. Most hate comes from insecurity, jealousy, or people just trying to fit in or find approval. Sometimes people hate because they're simply hurting or feeling negative inside about themselves. For example, I've noticed that many haters are just trying to feel like they belong and they want to be cool or popular, so they pick on someone who's a bit brighter, more confident, has that it girl attitude, and hate becomes their way of coping because they don't have the confidence to do it themselves. And this is why hate is often rooted in projection. So when people take their own fears, self-doubt, and pain and project it onto you, it's not about you, it's about them. So the first tip is, don't take that, John, personally. When you see it as a reflection of someone else's struggles, and you take away its power to hurt you. Numero dos. Separate the hate from your truth. Once you recognize where hate comes from, the next step is to separate it from your truth. Hate is just an external energy trying to bring you down. It's someone else's jealousy, envy, or negativity trying to steal your light. But your truth, that's sacred. Your truth is your self worth, your values, and your purpose. And I've learned to ground myself so deeply in my truth that hate just bounces off. And I remind myself daily, this hate is not a reflection of my worth, it's a reflection of their own insecurity. One practice I use is journaling. When hate comes my way, I just honestly begin to write down what I know about myself, the good, the growth, and the wins, and it keeps me honestly just centered and balanced. So, my second tip is root yourself so deeply in your truth that you know who you are so well, so hate can never stick. Number three, clap back, but then we gotta release it in divine timing. By releasing divine timing, I mean let it go. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you have to take all the hate quietly. Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself and clock that tea and clap back. And yes, I've definitely put a few haters in their place when necessary, because sometimes they need to be reminded who they're messing with. Like Megan said, buy a whole building, keep them hoes in their places.
Shit in their faces. I buy the whole building and keep them hoes in their places.
Buy a whole building, keep them hoes in their places, like Megan Thee Stallion once said. But here's the key: once you said your piece, let it go. Even if you clap back and feel victorious, those words can ring in your mind for days. But living in that space keeps you tied to negativity, and you're still carrying that weight. And we're not doing that. Period. So after you stood up for yourself, remind yourself you're not the one hiding behind the screen, spewing negativity and nonsense, trying to bring others down. Okay? You're the one in power. So allow the hate to roll off your back and don't carry it with you like it's a heavy backpack. Okay? Don't let it slow you down. Remember, you're that girl always. No more cuatro, cinco, seis, diez number. We don't even know what number we're on, okay? We're just gonna let it vibe. Handling hate isn't just a mental or emotional work, it's spiritual too. Hate can weigh heavy on your spirit, drain your energy, and leave you feeling vulnerable, or just leaving you feeling uncomfortable in your own skin. And that's why I protect myself through prayer, okay? And for those who are spiritual, do that energy work in detachment. Prayer connects me to a higher power calling and protection. I'm calling in protection and peace from a higher source beyond what I can see or control. It reminds me that I am not alone in this. And for those who are spiritual energy work, whether it's smudging, meditation, or visualizing a protective shield around you, it keeps you clear from any negativity that lingers. Because we support all spiritual beliefs on this channel. We love y'all all. And another thing, detachment is everything. You have to detach from the need to control how others perceive you. You can control their thoughts, their feelings, but you can only control your own reaction. A daily affirmation you can use is I am in control of my own energy, and I will not absorb what is not mine. So, if you haven't started a spiritual protection practice, I highly recommend it. Your energy is sacred, and protecting it is definitely a must. Number 5. This one might relate to some people who might be going through it at home. I don't know, everybody has a different home life. But how to handle hate from your loved ones. Hate coming from people you love, family, close friends, and sometimes your own circle, that's a different kind of pain. It stings deeper because it can shake your foundation and make you question almost everything. But here's the truth I've learned. Sometimes the people closest to you aren't always rooting for you. We've seen all over social media. Some of y'all have been through betrayals, and that hurts, but it's real. Maybe they're stuck in their own jealousy, pain, or just limiting beliefs. Maybe they can't celebrate your growth because they're scared of change and losing control. When hate comes from those you love, my advice is to ignore it. And it's not because you don't care, it's simply because their issues are not yours to fix, okay? So, you don't owe anyone your energy, especially when it comes wrapped in hate or negativity. So, protect your heart, protect your peace, and sometimes love means setting boundaries, even with family. Number 6, use hate as fuel, not a weapon. Here's a game changer. Hate can be your fuel, not your weapon. So instead of allowing hate to make you bitter inside or resent people, I honestly, I use your energy for myself and I use it to make me work harder and prove to myself what I'm capable of. Hate has taught me perseverance and grit. It made me better, stronger, and more focused. But and this is important. Don't let the hate turn you bitter or overly guarded. Use it as motivation to keep your heart open. When hate comes, ask yourself, how can I grow from this? How can I turn this into power? Numero siete. Wait, yeah. Numero siete. At the end of the day, one thing you can always control is how you react. You can't control what other people say or what other people think about you, but you can control your responses. Choosing peace over drama, love over bitterness, self respect over retaliation, that's true power. So, every time hate comes your way, ask yourself, am I going to let this steal my peace or am I going to rise above it? I'm not gonna lie, freshman year of college, I would not rise above it. Just remember that your reaction shapes your reality. Okay? Cause I don't know, freshman me was a different kind of demon. But I realized a few things in this isolation, okay? So that's how I handle hate. I recognize the root of hate. I separate it from my truth. I clap back when needed, then let it go. I protect my energy spiritually. I set boundaries with loved ones who throw shade. And I use hate for fuel for my growth. And above all, I remember that my reaction is my power. So if you're dealing with hate or negativity, just remember this. You are bigger than their hate. Words don't define you. Your energy is sacred. And let hate be a sign that you're on the right path and you're really that girl. Okay? So, because when you shine bright, you'll attract shadows, girl. And the light always wins. So, if you found this video helpful, drop a comment, a share on how you handle hate. And I want to hear your story. Honestly, you could drop your trauma in the comments. I really don't mind. I love reading. So you could drop your whole life story in my comments. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more real talk. Stay powerful, stay true, and see you in the next one.